Welcome to the Inspired Connection. I am so happy that you are here. Truly, this is the place to build your true potential. It is about fueling your purpose, building your passion, building your authenticity and your strategic action to create purpose to profits, to align your purpose with your profit.
There we are. Welcome, Elisa. So glad.
Hey, Carolyn. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm just honored that you said yes to be interviewed. I think the strengths and wisdom that you bring businesses is exactly what they need. So welcome to the Purpose to Profits Rainmaker live interview. And I'm Carolyn Cooper, and I am a mindset coach, business strategist, and speaker. And I really work with clients to support them to aim high and activate their inspired mindset, authentic purpose, and build unshakable confidence with intentional action to get those results. And the key is to become a purpose to profits rainmaker. So my question to you is this: are you ready to align your mission with your margins? This interview today with Elisa Boogaerts is really about sharing her inspiration about really being an influential impactor on the businesses that she serves, and how she's mastered this purpose-driven prosperity within her business. We'll be together here for approximately 15 minutes. And my vision is to unlock the secrets in how she has supported her clients to be successful. So she's going to be sharing what strategies that she has uniquely to make launching programs and events simple and doable. That sounds amazing to me, and she's an expert in this. So let me introduce you to Elisa. Elisa is a life health transformational and mastery coach, as well as an author and a podcaster, and a launch manager who helps coaches launch their programs and events with ease so they can focus on scaling their business. This allows them to focus on spreading their genius. Her expertise really lies in making launching programs and events simple and manageable. She leverages over 17 years in her background in technical project management and coaching. So, Elisa, I want to ask you a few questions. Can you share with us your strategies on how to simplify and streamline program launches?
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do, which I totally geek out on and just absolutely love, is planning. So I really think that when you put a very succinct plan together, it can, like, you could look at the whole plan and it can be quite daunting because it can be big and just like, whoa, how am I going to get all that done? But if you can break it down into manageable chunks and just be like, okay, I'm going to not focus on all of it, but I'm going to focus on, what I'm doing this week. And I find that really, really works if you each week kind of look at your calendar and be like, okay, these are the things I got to focus on. And then you can get really good and really efficient with your time. So I'm all about efficiency. I hate having my time wasted. I really think that it's our most precious resource and we never get it back. So I really value my time. And so a couple of things I like to do with it, which is, part of that what I offer my clients is this program plan that I do. And it's really, it's a plan, but it also drives efficiency because it's this document that gives you everything that you need for your launch in one place. So there's, so if you ever have an answer for something, you can go right to this one place and look for it. So there's even a tab there for like links and bookmarks. Cause you think about it sometimes and someone's like, oh, can you send me that link to your workshop? Or can you where's this or where's that page? And you're just like, your links are everywhere. You don't know where they are. So it's like, have them in one place, be efficient. So you just go straight there, and there's tracking tools in the plan to help you focus what you got to do each week. And like I was saying before, I really like to review my schedule each week, which is something I really work with my clients on that. What are your top 3 goals that you can focus on, and then look at your calendar and get it scheduled in.
Mhm.
Sometimes I look at my calendar and I think like, where am I going to have time to work this week? Right? Like there's these little pockets of time. So yeah, it's actually putting it in there so you can really prioritize those things. So yeah.
Well, that's huge. And people right now in business tend to be really overwhelmed with networking, with setting new marketing initiatives, with creating launches, whether it be a mastermind launch, whether it be a challenge launch, or, and people know that they need to become more efficient and effective. And I think just the way that you look at business and how you can, like you said, chunk it down into actionable, specific steps supports people to have more inner peace too. And then, don't you think? I mean, that's the truth, right? And
100%. Yeah. With one of my clients right now, we're doing a summit, and it's like a 5-day, part pre-recorded, part live, and we've got 68 speakers. And so there's a lot going on, and there's so many things we're trying to do. And sometimes he'll sort of be like, oh, like, how about this? Or we got this, we got to get on top of that. I'm like, that's set for 2 weeks from now. Right now, we're going to prioritize on this. Like, don't worry, it's in the plan. Like, we will get to it. But right now, like there's time later for that. And I think that helps to really calm people down, and really trust in the process that we'll get to it. Don't worry, step by step, we can get there.
and it's just so great to have someone in your court. I just have to say to those businesses out there that are, doing it all alone, that are trying to figure things out, that are falling down, that are getting up, that are putting in tons of time, energy, and money into different strategies that you don't even know are going to work. And you are truly an expert in launch management. And some businesses out there, like certain coaches or healers or speakers that want to create more visibility and exposure. Well, it's online, and you can support them to become more organized and have that strategy planned out, like you said. So it's the game changer. And I think it's, as a business leader, we have to open our minds to investing in receiving that support, especially if it's not our area of expertise, especially if it's not our zone of genius in how we're showing up to serve the world. So thank you. Now, so what are some insights into overcoming some of the common challenges in the launch process, do you think?
Well, yeah, I think that overwhelm is one of those big challenges. So yeah, I think having the plan in place and trusting the process and working on it step by step, and also giving yourself some grace with it, so things can go wrong, or the tech doesn't work, or something. You get kicked out of LinkedIn, or I don't know, whatever. And so you got to give yourself some wiggle room within that, so that you can give yourself some compassion and know that it's okay. You're still going to get to things. And so I think that's one of the big things I hear a lot. Like you were just saying, that people are so overwhelmed. There's so much stuff to do. Like, how are we going to get all of this in? And I think as well, when you're doing a launch, it can take a good few months. And I think that's important to let yourself have, say, 3 months to do it. So then you can work on it bit by bit by bit, because if you leave it down to, say, 4 weeks, it's going to entirely consume everything that you do. And then you won't, you're just going to be a bit of a wreck. So give yourself that time to really work on it and do it properly. And I think it's also great because when you launch, it's great to have collaboration partners. So you want to engage with them early to make sure that you can get on their calendar, right? So that they can support you and that you can support them, and really, spend time to work on that relationship. And also, I like to call it growing your reach, so you can always get more people on your email list and in your social media. So, you need to start those things a good few months out, and just
right. And I think a lot of people think, well, I'll do a launch, I'll do a summit, or I'll do a challenge. And like you said, they condense it so that the results aren't what they need to be, because you need a window. What's your window? Is it 3 months, 4 months? 3
or 4 months, depending on the type of launch. If it's like a 3-day event, for example, I would give it even more, 6 months, I would say. But if it's just sort of like a standard launch, I would say three months is good. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Great.
Mhm.
Now, share with me, I have in my framework, my signature process called the Aim High system. And it's the 6 steps are truth, trust, value, vision, focused energy, and getting to the finish line, those incredible results. So the first one is aligning with truth. So my question to you is this: in relation to step 1, how has uncovering and aligning your truth transformed your relationship with yourself and your business?
I think awareness has a lot to do with it. I think it's really key to everything. And from like a place of awareness is where you can really identify that truth and like align yourself with it. And you can see, sort of what's really going on. And I feel like this has really improved my relationship with myself because, when you kind of look at yourself, you can have more compassion for yourself and more love and more understanding. And, defining what I want to do and what I'm really good at, that kind of, um, it took me a while to figure out sort of what that truth was, or I knew what it was, but I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to bring it into my business. Being this planner, strateger, organizer person was very much something that I did. Well, I think it's just part of my DNA, what I do all the time. But I also did it in corporate. And so I didn't want to bring, and I had, um, kind of associated like toxicity with corporate. And so I didn't want to bring that into my business. And so I was like, no, someone suggested it. They're like, they need this in the coaching world. You have these skills, don't deprive us of that. And, but it took me a good couple of months really for me to like sit down and do that, like align with the truth and think about myself and have that awareness and be like, okay, what's going on? And I was able to realize that, this is my business and I get to make it the way that I want. And I get to choose who I work with. I get to choose my clients. I get to choose my collaboration partners. And if there's any toxicity, I don't have to deal with it, So it's very much, I kind of realized that I was sort of in control of that. And then it was like, okay, yeah, I can make it my own and I can have that freedom. And even the process wise in project management and corporate, there's like, nope, this is exactly what you have to do. And I was like, oh, well, I can do whatever I want, which is what I love. Because when I work with clients, like we're talking strategy earlier, everybody's got a different strategy. So I sit down and be like, okay, what is your strategy? How do you want to do a launch? And then we plan it out based on their strategy. So I love that flexibility and I just find it so much fun.
Isn't that the gloriousness of running your own business? I mean, truly, is we get to make the decisions in alignment with what I always bring in with my Aim High system is our core values. And when we have the honor of living and serving from our core values that matter most, that's when there's that incredible path of joy in serving your clients. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I come from corporate too, and it's freedom, it opens that key to open that door to opportunities, but also, for me, I know it is for you, is to, have expansion and learning and growing personally as well as professionally as an entrepreneur too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So the second step is trust in the Aim High system. So how do you nurture trust within your business, whether it's with clients, team members, or strategic partners?
I feel like with trust, I can be a bit gullible in that I just sort of naturally trust people right off the bat. And I don't know if I expect them to, but I sort of, I kind of expect them to do what they say they're going to do and to do it with integrity and with honesty, because that's really how I operate. I know that integrity is definitely a big business value of mine, and honesty is a huge personal value. And this is really how I operate and build trust. For example, I was working with a client and I just started working with them, and it took them some time to trust me. Like I had access to their email. And so I could see that they were sort of checking up on me with other people, like, oh, did she do this or did she do that? And I saw it and I didn't take offense to it anyway, but just thought, oh, right, of course. Because, you don't know that you can trust me yet. And, but I know that, I was very confident in my skills and knew that I could be trusted. But of course, that didn't mean that other people believe that to be true right away. But of course, I just assume people do because that's what I do. So I really follow through, right? I do what I say I'm going to do. And if I'm not able to, if I'm not actually able to follow through, I communicate it, or if I forget, sometimes I forget. We were talking about schedules earlier. They can be so busy, and I apologize and I explain myself, and I also say no, right? We all know that that's a complete sentence and it's okay to say no. And so I think that people generally know where they stand with me. And so I think that's kind of how I build trust, because I have that honesty.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's really hooked into a core value that you mentioned earlier, which is integrity. Because all these core values actually, intertwine together, which is really great. So thank you. And, whether you're preparing for your first launch for those businesses out there that may be listening, or you're looking to really refine your existing processes to create more efficiency, more effectiveness, and better results, Elisa is the expert in this. I invite you to look at the information down below and just connect with her on LinkedIn or her email. And, she really provides that framework and those actionable steps to really ensure your success. So I want to thank you for hopping on my Purpose to Profits Rainmaker interview.
Thank you so much for having me. I love having conversations with you. They're always so wonderful.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, and the last thing I want to do here is invite people to my Business Breakthrough Challenge. And it's happening tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. That's 12 to 1 Pacific time. So that is 3 to 4 Eastern time. I welcome you. It's free. I've got an event set up on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. And it's to reignite your purpose and amplify your impact for your business breakthrough. So everyone's welcome. So thank you. And I will see everybody here next week, same time, same place on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you so much. Aim high, activate your inspired mindset.